Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS.
Thanx and one rubber. Now the distance is only kept for a squirrel. And it only takes 2 steps to go up. The curve. What's done is done. What's done is done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's some clapping there.
There's already clapping.
It's already set, man.
We don't have
Fake
to clap
claps.
for ourselves. That's nice. I love it. We got Thunder Sak.
Yes.
Thunder Sak.
Thunder Sak. Squirrels and Kings. That just became that, but.
I'm going to say it again, folks. Thunder Sak. If I can actually remember to during the post production, I'm going to make a fucking all epic reverb on that. Thunder Sak. Welcome to the Thunder Sak. We got this guy on the show mostly just because we like saying his name, Thunder Sak.
Thunder Sak.
And recently, you guys had us on your podcast.
Yeah.
And we figured, hey, let's see if you guys want to do it.
Yeah.
He's the only one that could make it on such short notice. Unfortunately, I've got the whole season already booked out, and the only way that I could squeeze any new guests in, obviously, is if we had a cancellation, which we did.
Well, thanks to the cancellation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for not showing up.
Guy who canceled.
All
I'm not
right,
going to
thank
mention any names, but thank you for canceling.
Thank you. Appreciate
so
it.
that we could have Thunder Sak.
That's right. You wouldn't have it without a cancellation anyway.
Now, we would have had to wait clear till next season, and by next season, fuck, we don't know.
You'd have to want Thunder Sak, so we have to make ourselves come in. Okay.
We did, obviously.
Okay, good.
That's how you got here, is
Right.
we wanted you here.
It's hard to be cool.
So, with the podcast that we
Yeah.
were just on, how do you know those guys?
I just knowing Dano from previous guests on that show. The first guy on that podcast was Greg White, and he passed away.
Oh,
And so I just kept the legacy going.
word.
Yeah.
And you do like a lot of their sound and everything. Well,
Yeah.
pretty much most.
Not just record it.
Right.
Just go raw, bring it. We're the bottom of the bottom.
the
Punk
bottom
rock
of the
style.
bottom.
You know, just there you go. We're not going to make you cool.
Until you
or
get
make
here.
you money. Until you, yeah.
I figured if you're going to say you're the bottom of the bottom, well, you should
Well,
come be on my show and
Now I'm at the top.
then see what you think.
Yeah. Now I'm at the top.
Yeah, we're the top of the food chain for sure. I mean,
It's
I've
the
been doing
best.
this for 8 years for a fucking reason,
Awesome.
just so we can say that.
Yeah.
We are at the top of the Gumption City podcasting food chain.
Nice.
Because God knows everybody in Gumption City's got a fucking podcast, but they haven't been doing it as long as we have.
Right.
How long do you know
Dano?
Dano.
I've known him a couple years, 3, 4, 5,
how long's
years.
that podcast been going for?
About 4 years.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah. And anybody, ArtoCast, check it out. Go there, watch it on YouTube, come on the show, have a good time,
Yep.
hang out.
That's how
Just
we
put the
met.
cameras on and roll.
Right. That's how we met. That's
Yeah.
how I know this guy here.
Uh-huh.
But enough about that. Let's talk about you. You're here on behalf of the Thunder Sak.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be kind of cool to talk about kind of what brought you here and when you started. Like, when did you start playing the bass?
When, well, I wanted a bass first, so I couldn't get one. I started because I snuck into a show at the Green Door in Riverside, California, and I was only 17, had to be 18. Snuck in and saw Fire Hose with Mike Watt.
Fire hose.
Yeah, Mike Watt from the Minutemen, all that.
Not
I
going
saw
to put
him.
an echo
That was
on
like my
one.
first show I've been to, but then I was playing in a band, just vocals, and it was like, you know how kids get together and think they're in a band. And there's 5 vocalists and that kind of stuff. So
Right.
I was playing in a band called Brock Corey and played a bunch of songs with people that were talented and stuff on guitars and that kind of stuff and drums. And they never had, I mean, I've always wanted to play the bass.
Right.
But I never had a bass, and no one played the bass and the way I like to, and so I asked for Christmas one year, and of course, no money. Like, my mom got me a bass, but it was like a bass from the pawn shop that was like a Beatles bass, but not as good. Like I had to beat on it to make noise. I had to beat on it to make noise, and that's how I started playing music, to make my amp sound louder or play it louder.
Wow.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That explains your percussive style.
Yeah, it was just poor basses and trying to make noise and trying to emulate, banging on something, and then.
So it had nothing to do with your, like, any sort of musical influences. It was just
Mike
your
Watt
circumstances.
Was an influence, but I just really wanted to be in a band. So, like,
yeah.
I wanted to be in a van of a band. I wanted to be in the van, my band, the van, not, of course, the music aspect, but being part of a band.
Right.
Any way I could. So.
Yeah, I can definitely
Any way
relate.
I could. I want to be in a band.
That's
and skate.
Kind of how I got started as well. It was just a punk band, didn't have my own bass.
Mm-hmm.
I borrowed one of the other members of the band's bass when I first got started. I eventually had to buy my own by working at a carny, as a carny.
Yeah.
Sleeping under the horror house.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You had to earn it. You didn't get it. I didn't get that yet. I had to earn a better one. So my family didn't get it. So.
How long were you in that band for?
Rock Quarry, until they found a different singer and a better guitar player.
I thought you were on bass.
I was on bass for a little bit, but like I said, it wasn't good equipment. So the person with better equipment kind of was in that Rock Quarry band. But all my songs, kind of changed, and so that band changed. And they were just a bunch of, anyway, they're great guys. But then I had to, when I had a job, get my own drums, guitar, and bass. So I made my friend all play with me. And that band was called the And Band.
The what?
A-N-D.
The And Band.
Yeah, And.
Aw, dude, that name's probably already been taken so many times.
That was long ago, though.
No, I'm kidding. I doubt anybody's ever fucking called themselves that.
It was the And Band. So, like, I made them all do it. It's like
you made them all.
Yeah.
You got the instruments.
Yeah. I made.
You have to do what I say.
Yeah.
Or else I'll kick you off of my drums.
Yeah. But they did.
How long did that work?
Not very long. They didn't want to show up too many times. So, but a little bit. We worked.
Do you have any recordings of the And Band?
Do I? It's so long ago. You know those recordings on? Remember those cameras that took tape cassettes and did black and white?
Yes.
The ones from, was it Walmart? No, it was Toys R Us.
Right.
That's even like the first guitar I even got, and bass. Kind of was at Toys R Us.
Was from Toys R Us?
Yeah, and the speaker on it. But that's another story. But like that's where the camera came from. We did a lot of footage there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then
back when Toys R Us was cool.
Yeah.
Sold cool shit.
Yeah.
Now they don't even exist anywhere except for online. At least around here, I'm pretty sure. That was a sad day, I thought.
It was kind of sad.
It's like kids don't even play with toys anymore.
No.
Everything's digital.
Digital.
Jesus.
I know. Not even a banana seat.
Now that's a little older than I can relate to. We did have banana seats, but it was for like novelties, it's like
you get it to be cool.
Pretty old school to have one of those things.
What was the big go-to at Toys R Us though?
When I was a kid,
Legos.
Tamagotchis and Legos. Legos have been kind of a big thing for fucking like longer than I've been around, and I'm pretty sure they still are.
Yeah, they are.
Can't fuck with Legos.
But Toys R Us can't. Ooh.
Yeah, I liked going there because they had a free Super Nintendo, and you could just play video games and Sega. And that was back when like Sega and Super Nintendos were new. And you could play Donkey Kong Country all day while your mom went and did other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And back when I thought that, like, getting to the water level was getting far on that game.
There we go. And you die after 3 lives. There's no continuing.
Yeah.
You're starting over.
And then there would always be that one kid that just whooped ass at it, probably because he read the magazine.
Yeah.
But, you know, when I was a kid, we didn't have a Super Nintendo or a Nintendo until a lot later on because our parents were kind of against it until they heard we were going to buy one ourselves.
Yeah. Oh.
And we saved up all our pennies, and they're like, all right, well, we just got a Nintendo for you guys. And we're just like, what? Seemed a little too good to be true, and it was, because them owning it meant that they could regulate it. It meant that they could control, you know, what times we can play it, and we had to share it with our siblings and whatnot.
You didn't start off with Pong?
We had Atari first. Yes, that's how we broke the parents into it.
Pong, that's it.
And those little Tiger handheld things. That was another way that we broke them into it.
Yeah.
You know, because those almost didn't seem like video games quite.
Yeah.
Because they almost weren't really.
Yeah. You ever arcade?
We didn't in the house, no.
No, like go to an arcade.
Yeah, we had one only a few blocks down from where I grew up, and it was called Laney's. I grew up in Lehigh.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's where you leave a quarter on to play next, and if you died, you were out. I mean, that's real.
Word.
That's street gaming. That's called the streets.
When I was a kid, it was when the first Mortal Kombat was just taking the fucking world by storm. You know, Street Fighter 2 had been pretty cool.
Yes.
And when Mortal Kombat came out, kids were just lining up to play that fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in that line. And we'd usually get our asses whooped because you didn't have time to get good at that game.
No.
Unless when they put it on Sega, you had it at home and you could play it and get good at home. But because of how many kids wanted to play it at the arcade, you had to already come good at that game.
Yeah.
Which we were not.
Yeah. And it doesn't play out the same as playing it at home and then go to the arcade. It's a different set of knobs.
Right. But you still at least can figure out moves and just a little more of how the gameplay and everything. And hope that your mom doesn't freak out about all the blood and shit. Because that was also the first game. I guess Doom. Doom and Wolfenstein, I think, had blood. But those were PC games, you know?
Yeah.
That was the first game on, like, Sega or Super Nintendo or anything that
right.
I played that had blood everywhere.
You ever play Karateka?
Karateka.
On Apple?
Karateka.
That's floppy disk.
That sounds like a porno, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Karateka.
Karateka, man.
So, was
Look
it
it
as
up.
erotic as it sounds?
Yeah.
It was?
You just go to different rooms beating people in karate. And it was...
And then you have sex with them, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's the future. It sounds like it. That's the Karateka porn. But Karateka... Dang, you're right. Sounds just like it.
It sounds pretty goddamn erotic.
We can make it up from here.
You never thought about that?
We can make it up from here. Karateka.
All growing up playing that game, you never thought, this
now
sounds kind of like a porn now, doesn't it?
You've opened it. Dang. You've opened a new story. Dang.
That's funny. That's funny. I hear it for fucking 10 seconds, and it's like, dude, porn.
Yeah. Karate porn.
I bet if we look it up, it probably already is a porn because I bet
it is.
The first person who's thought that. No fucking way.
No, yeah, different levels of Karateka.
The different levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to work your way up to the main boss who has like 4 arms like Goro.
Can you say and those other things if it's a karateka?
And they can finger bang you and like
Can you say that?
Can you say what?
Finger bang, like you just said?
Finger bang? What, on this show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So
We're
you go up there with
about
all these spinning karateka dildos and stuff.
Spinning karateka dildos.
Or like Alienate, like the big guy in Mortal Kombat. Goro. But this is porno.
But it's erotic.
Erotico.
Goro porno.
With 5 penises. And everything.
And he's jerking off all of them with all of his arms all at once.
That's right.
Karateka. Man, I don't know how to follow that up with.
You'll
besides
search it.
Another song.
Yeah.
Let's do it, shall we? We've been BSing about some pretty wacky stuff. Would you like to hear another song, kiddies?
Yes, please.
All right. This is
I want to hear another one.
Thunder Sak here on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio.
Gumption City.
Leather caps hold you back? Or are you just
fa 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 fa? I was expecting there to be some cheering there at the end of that one.
Woo!
Since
Yes.
all these
Yes.
tracks were recorded live.
Move! Just move.
That song's called Move,
Move.
by Thunder Sak here on KWJUDAS. And before that, we heard Ninja because we were talking about all sort of ninja porno erotic shit.
Yeah.
And that's the only
Once you
reason
go
we
erotic,
played that song.
once you go erotic, you can't get that off your mind. Maybe you can.
Karotica. Okay.
Karotica is a
Let's
great
not get
game.
back down into that
Okay, we're
again.
not going that way.
So, these songs that you've got here,
Yeah.
they're all recorded live.
Yeah.
You said before we got started that
Only live.
it was on tour.
Yeah, each one's from a different place, different tour.
So where was
Spots.
that? Do you know where that last one was?
Okay,
Or
the last one
off
Move,
the top of your head?
Move was in San Bernardino, California at the Pirate Punk set up there called The Void. It's someone's house.
Word.
Really good. Really
Fun
great place.
stuff.
If you ever get to look up Pirate Punks in your neighborhood, Salt Lake has one. They're
Yeah.
just people that bring people together and do music, that's where music is at,
Yeah, I've
Mm,
met
we're-
some of the guys up in Salt. Excuse me, up in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Excuse me again.
Any city you go into, try to find the Pirate Punks and play those shows because that's where it's at. Is what we're doing when we get those other shows like at Liquid Joe's or something like that. The real place is the house shows and the punk scene, and that's the real place to play. But we're coming out of the ground and playing those places, just like where you probably play and stuff.
Yeah.
When you get on the stage,
We played
the
a
roots
lot.
are yeah.
A lot of house shows, but I've never actually gone on tour.
Well, come on,
So
let's go. Jump in with us.
I'd love to.
No, you just make it happen. We're not like, we're on tour. We're not. It's just I made people listen
So do
in
you
Nebraska or wherever the hell we go.
You book your own tours? I take it.
Yeah, independence.
All independently.
Well, now we have such a good connection to the world. It's insane.
Really?
Just go to their Insta, the club, bug them,
Huh.
call them every day, and start early. Like,
Right.
right now, May, you could probably start your summer. Like,
Right.
And it's hard. It's hard work. But once you get through that hard work, you get used to it, and then you meet people on the next trip and other people on the other trip. I'd like to see what it's like to have someone book it. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Where do you find the person to do it?
Right. Is it a manager? What do they call those? Those kind of things.
I think that if you have a good enough manager, then that
Yeah.
should be their job, right?
Yeah, I'd actually pay a manager. I don't know, just because I like playing. I don't care.
I've talked to a lot of other bands on here, and only a few of them they have somebody else doing it for them.
Yeah.
And we used to get a ton more touring acts.
Mm.
I think I kind of told you when we first got started, it was sort of the opposite of how we're doing it now in a lot of different ways. Like, not only just the fact that it used to all be live performances,
Uh-huh.
and now it's almost very rarely live performances, which, kids, We're going to have a live performance at the end of this one, so stay tuned because this is going to be a special one. But it's something we don't do all that often anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. And I like doing it when we can.
Yeah.
But the other thing was, now I kind of forget what we were talking about.
We were talking about managers, but like people who people that do get a manager, they don't like it.
Right. Well, the ones that I work with tend to. I mean, they'll have their things they don't like about it, of course.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that we used to have way more touring guests than we do local guests, and now it's the opposite. We have way more local guests from here than we do touring guests, and usually the touring guests are almost all come from the same booking agent.
Well, you got, we're from Ybor City, Florida. Where it kind of started. Ybor. Look at it. It's Tampa, Florida.
Oh.
Ybor. That's kind of where we started. And so, but I've grew up in California and lived in Salt Lake, and then I went to Ybor, and that's how Thunder Sak started at the just crazy nights, playing all night, and just formed in that way in the art studios up there. And no one really lives in Ybor, but that's where we started, was up in the art colony up there.
How long were you there for?
10 years.
Really?
And so, formed, and then I moved back here. I mean, I played in the other stuff, but I moved back here, and I just kept Thunder Sak going, where they'd fly and play, and I'd fly there and play, and then we'd choose a tour to play, where I play alone.
Who did you have playing with you at the time?
Josh.
So it was just
on the last tour.
Or?
Right now, it was pretty cool. We had a two-piece, and he played guitar and drums. We just kind of put together a show in that way. But it's usually a three-piece with great drum. Kevin Zimanock is the drummer. He's the greatest character. And Josh on guitar. And then me on bass. But when it comes down to someone not showing up, we put something else together. The show must go on. So, but Josh is great. He was doing both, and it was really, really fun. It's good to have that weapon now. You can just do two, and it was great. So
is he still with the band now?
Yeah, everybody's still with the band. It's just that you go to there's jobs and life.
Where do they all live?
Now we all lived in Florida, but I moved away, and then we started going back and forth. So now now Josh still lives in Tampa, and Kevin lives in South Carolina.
Damn.
And we just went to South Carolina last summer, so it's pretty cool.
So when you were saying that you were a two-piece here, do you have another member that lives here in Utah that you play with?
So Josh flew out.
Okay.
Because we planned it. Like I said, he planned months ahead of time. And we planned it months ahead of time, and Kevin had a issue with his family and couldn't come. But Josh could come.
They were gonna fly out just for this.
Yeah, not for this. Oh yeah, they were. I know, Judas. They were coming here.
You make me feel all.
They
warm
were coming here just for that. No, we were. You just caught us at the tail end of our Salt Lake City chapter, and we went to Arizona.
Word.
We flew in there, and we borrowed equipment there because. Borrowed equipment, but I have equipment here. And there's equipment in Florida, so it's just a quick flight and a weekend, and I get to see the sun. But
that's cool. You guys still manage, being in like 3 different fucking corners.
Yeah, and that's kept me back alive because it was dying. I was like, well, wait, we can do all this. Plus, there's the connection to the world on the web, which is really cool.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier.
That's still alive, and anybody who wants to jam drums with me can, too.
That might be a little bit of an undertaking.
Yeah.
I picked up drums a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah?
And I fucked up my leg.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to, try and get back into...
You got to put a peg leg on there.
Well, I mean...
That'd look...
I don't think that'd be better for drum playing.
It'd fit your character, though.
It might fit my character, but it would definitely not improve my drum skills. I've been wanting to, find someone to jam with. That's another reason I stopped playing. It wasn't just because I fucked up my leg, but the main person I jammed with moved 4 hours away, and there's not any planes you can fly to get there.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Your stuff would be quite a challenge to play.
It is.
I think so.
Believe me, it always has been.
Yeah.
They have long meetings
for a
about
beginner.
me. They have long meetings, other bands that I try for. And I was like, go ahead. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. There's long meetings. Should we? Anyway.
Word.
It's difficult.
I imagine. Yeah. And I know what that's like, too. Trying to be
I'm a weirdo.
compatible with other musicians, especially when you're a weirdo and you're a weird bass player.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we get along.
Yeah, I know that.
And definitely when Thunder Sak, if ever your members are in Utah,
we got to do it.
We should play a show together for sure.
It looks like April or March.
Word.
We can do Aces or something.
We should start looking for a place now.
We will. He's let me know another band called Sorcerer, which Josh plays in.
Word.
And the Quorum could play there for sure.
We should do it.
We'll do it. We're gonna do it.
All right, kids. You guys heard it. We're having a little bromance here.
There we go.
And we're making things happen.
Yes.
But until then, we'll have some more music.
Yes.
We'll get on to our cartoon. We're going to start our Christmas special with this episode. So there's a lot of really great things going on tonight, folks. Stick around. This is Thunder Sak.
Thunder Sak kicking off the Christmas special.
KWJUDAS.
All right. Get that alarm clock set. Don't hit the snooze. Excellent, thank you. All right, then. It's a warrior's way! Huh. And this is Thunder Sak. And you never know what's gonna happen.
Well, that was Thunder Sak here on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio. We are going to get into the cartoon here in just one moment. We got one more song for you and then a live performance. Thank you all for sticking with us. KWJUDAS. Whoops, hang on a sec.
So, if you lost, you lost.
Thunder Sak on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio. Sorry this isn't K-Bear, but we'll take a live recording unlike those guys.
Why wouldn't they?
You saying something about like them wanting a studio recording?
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't take what are Pink Floyd live or anything like that? What's different?
Well, because Pink Floyd's live shit sounds like God farted out gold through his golden ass.
You're exactly right. When gold is gold, especially that. But we do only live recording.
Quality.
That's all we want to do. We want to do it that way. It's the way it comes out.
So better. You're never gonna do
studio unless it's someday.
Maybe.
Maybe. But we like the live and we sell it on tape cassettes and then you have to search. You have to search for it. Find it buried in your backyard. It's something you can hold.
I love those cassettes, man.
I know.
You don't have any cassettes with you, do you?
I might.
We'll talk about that after the
I got
show.
'em. I should have gave you one. Dang it.
If you do, I'll take one. I still collect that shit. I'm a nerd. I'll still take CDs. I'll buy your fucking 8 tracks.
Me too.
I'll buy your VHS play.
So badass if you had 8 tracks.
Yeah,
on
you
the
should.
fly. No, that'd be even better.
I think there's
you
been
have to
like
search
one band.
for it. Can't play it. I can't play it. You can't play it.
There's been one.
You can
band
always
I know
download
that
it, but
had that.
can you 8-track it?
And that's kind of the cool thing about the tapes, though, is that you can't really get it anywhere else unless somebody wants to like go to the trouble of putting it on like a digital platform. But they have to go out of their way to do that.
Yeah. Well, we're on all platforms, but you can get a tape.
Word.
You know.
Well, hell yeah. Let's get
on
into
some platforms.
to the cartoon, and then we're going to have the live performance. So thank you all for listening. KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through Gumption City, the town was abuzz of this year's jamboree. Every year, Gumption Studios held a talent show, with each Arliss and Arlie excited to go and show off all the interesting things they could do, like hoover a cadoover or unsneef a schnoo. And the mayor himself would bestow the grand prize of 15,000 peanut shells, all the same size. Now, maybe where you're from, that may not seem like much, but in Gumption City, it's worth more than a bunch. Oh, the things you could do with that much peanut shells, the possibilities more endless than I could hope to tell. But despite all the city folk rightly a-clatter, the mayor himself had something quite the matter.
Oh, this whole Christmas shindig's more stress than it's worth. So much hustle and bustle and noise, but what's worse? It's the night before Christmas and I'm growing impatient. It looks like I might have to fire my agent.
Hello?
Agent Coma, you were supposed to facilitate a PA. We still have no sound system and the show's like 12 hours away. Now we have to use the backup bedwetting system from Derpenschlee. Agent Coma, you're no longer helping, you're hurting me. It's just no longer worth it. I'm too sick and too tired. Merry Christmas, Agent Coma. I'm sorry. You're fired.
I can't believe you do this on Christmas Eve.
Well, Agent Coma, you better believe.
And so the sad agent trudged home with his hat.
Wait, I don't wear a hat.
Oh, sorry about that. But all that aside, there's something else going down. Of another's misfortune on the other side of town.
Get blanket, Arliss! What the hell did you do this time? And why in the hell right now's everything rhyme? I said get the refreshments! You got nothing but fry sauce!
I'm sorry, Mr. Smiley.
This whole thing's my loss! The talent show's happening tomorrow night, and all we got's fry sauce! Get out of my sight!
But Mr. Smiley...
Get out of my sight!
Smiley shouts, as poor Arliss, Alabaster, Abernathy, Arbuckle III made his way out. And in these calamities, we now leave you. Until next episode, kiddies, and so you'll need to. Stay tuned until next week's release is unveiled, and we can reveal a bit more of the tale. What will become of our 2 vagrant chums? At this point, who can predict the outcome? The special is brought to you by Derpenschlee. And remember, if it doesn't say Derpen, it's not Derpenschlee. KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio.
Now you talking to me? Who, me? Not me. Maybe someone else. 'Cause I'm no good. 'Cause I'm going down, down, down.
baptize me. Baptize me in mustard. Don't baptize me. Baptize me in mustard. Don't baptize me. Now you talking to me? Not me. Maybe my aunt or Uncle Phil. Somebody. But not me. Can't get me. Because I'm going down, 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 down. And I'm no good. So don't baptize me. Baptize me in mustard. Don't baptize me. Baptize me in mustard. Don't baptize me.
KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio. This is Thunder Sak giving us a solo jam of what
Yes.
Thunder Sak does. I think we got time for at least one more if you want to kick it.
Yeah, what do I want to play? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey! Now they're sitting in the trees. They're below your knees. They're eating meat. But they're eating meat. Oh, you can eat squirrel meat. My prostitute's been your prostitute's and my prostitute's been yours. Who got the better? But who knows a mother? But you know that squirrel's a whore. They're eating meat. They're eating meat. Oh, you can eat squirrel meat.
KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio. This is Thunder Sak.
There you go.
What do you say we have one more, kiddies?
More?
All right, one more song.
This is on
Thunder
gonna be on
Sak.
new one's coming out called the Salt Cakes album.
Oh, yeah. So this is previously unreleased?
Previously released, unreleased, hidden in the background. Hidden stuff. So
I don't know what the hell you mean by that,
But hey,
but let's have it.
let's go.
Thunder Sak, KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio.
Hey, a lot of hits. We want some squirrel and we want it. We want some squirrel and we want it. Now.
Thunder Sak on KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio. Thank you all for joining us.
We'd like to thank you for joining us yet again on another exciting and exclusive episode of KWJUDAS on Gumption City Radio. We'll now turn you back to our regular scheduled Gumption City programming.